All international students must follow immigration regulations, but they must also abide by all federal, state, and local laws. It is very important to keep in mind what the local laws are, so we will cover some of those with you now. There are many reasons that you may interact with a police officer. When interacting with a police officer, the most important thing to remember is to be respectful. Ways of showing respect are keeping safe distance from an officer, so if you get too close it may seem threatening. So maybe a meter or 2 meters, 3 to 6 feet away is good. Another thing to keep in mind is to keep your hands visible. Don't get nervous and start putting your hands in your pockets. That can also look suspicious. A really common reason to interact with a police officer is for a traffic violation. So if you're in a vehicle where someone gets pulled over for speeding, things to keep in mind are to stay in the vehicle. You never get out in the US, you always remain inside the vehicle. You keep your hands, again, where the officer can see them. And very important in the US, you can never bribe a police officer. That will get you into even more trouble. The most common reason students get into trouble with the law is for alcohol use. In the United States, you must be at least 21 years old in order to consume alcohol. But on Grand Valley's campus, we have an exception to that rule, which is if you are 21, you are allowed to drink alcohol, but you are not allowed to be in the presence of anyone under 21. That means, for example, if you would like to have a glass of wine with your dinner and you have some friends over, if anyone is under 21, nobody can have a glass of wine with dinner. A lot of students have questions about marijuana use. In the state of Michigan, recreational use of marijuana is legal. However, use and possession of marijuana on Grand Valley's campus is strictly not allowed. It is important that everyone on Grand Valley's campus helps to keep our community safe. One way of doing this is to report any guns that you see on campus, because guns are not allowed except for with a police officer. So if you see a gun in the back of somebody's car or you hear someone talk about it, you must report this by calling 911. Purchasing a health insurance policy is not mandatory, but we highly recommend that you do purchase one. Healthcare in the United States is extremely expensive. You can purchase any insurance policy that meets the coverage and price point that you are comfortable with. When getting services, sometimes you'll be asked to pay upfront and then request reimbursement from your provider afterwards. Grand Valley has an alert system in place to notify you of any important information. In order to receive these alerts, you must make sure to enter your most up-to-date email address and cell phone number into Banner. These alerts will come to you to notify you of snow days, but also of any criminal activity that may have happened on campus. It is very important for international students to follow all laws. If for any reason you do have an issue with the law, this can have serious implications on your immigration status.